What's up? What's up? What's up? What Guan, my people? What Guan? I haven't heard from or seen you guys in a while. Let me see. I'm trying to figure out. I can see my chat. I've been on here so long. I've been here so long. I I can't see my chat, but it's good to see. Good to see everybody. I'm sorry. I'm just um gonna be here for a couple of minutes. I have been recovering from spinal surgery. Oh, there we go. I've been recovering from spinal surgery, so yeah, that's been a big thing. I had to have surgery in October, and then I had to have another procedure on yesterday. So I hadn't been myself in some challenges, physical therapy and all the other things that come with it. So, but I'm going great. I'm doing great. I'm good, and I'm grateful to be here with you guys. Another day. Please don't forget to like, subscribe, share, and support the channel. I want to upgrade so that I can give you guys some better content. Um, I'm going to try to give it my all this year. I really mean that. I'm gonna try to give it my all this year. I want to bring some cooking videos. And if you don't know, I absolutely love to cook, and I have a great culinary gift. So I'm grateful for that. Now, I bake, I do a little decorating, but I'm nothing like my sister Tanya from the Hood Table. When I tell you, if you have not seen her cake decorations, that girl she is the bomb.com. She has an excellent gift. When I tell you, that girl is awesome. And not only do the cakes look good, but according to all of those Omaha people, it tastes good. She stay busy, consistently busy. Like if she wasn't working her 9 to 5, she could just do. Well, she actually does work another 9 to 5 doing custom cake decorations. The girl is bad. And she doesn't pay me for any advertisement. I do this from my heart because she's that good. But anyway, so yeah, I'm looking for a better year, better content. I want to bring more um, cooking videos, um, more lives, and talking about things that are current in the news, current events, and things like that. Just a few things I want to run across real quick today, um, and just chit chat about, and I'll probably come back a little later on and talk a little more in depth about those things. So right now, one of the things that I wanted to, I don't know why this is not trying to. Okay, let me see if I don't know. Anyways, one of the things that I wanted to talk about, one of the things that I wanted to talk about is I don't know why that popped up, but y'all, I don't know. I'll try to delete it later. But one of the things that I wanted to talk about, first of all, um, I want to send prayers out to all of the people in the news that have um, lost loved ones over this past weekend and whatnot, and a lot of the incidents that are going on in the news. One thing that is really on my heart, and my heart really goes out is uh, to Savannah Guthrie. Um, the worst thing you can do is to mess with someone's family. That's like the absolute worst thing that you can do is to mess with someone's family. But to take someone's 83-year-old mother and to use them as bait for financial gain is horrible for the people that took her, for the people that are trying to one up with her disappearance, um, to the people that are um, finding some pleasure, some sadistic pleasure from what happened to her mom. You know, it's that's sad. It's really sad. But my prayers go out to her and to her family. I lost my mom July 4th, 2011, and when my mother passed, transitioned, it took my breath away. It knocked the wind out of me. It brought me to my literally to my knees. I mean, it was like I was a walking zombie with that walk out of the hospital, the drive home by myself in the car until I collapsed on my sofa and looked up at the mantelpiece over my fireplace at her picture. And I said, my mom's gone. That broke me down. So to not know what's going on with your mom, to not know where she is, whether she's well or not, whether she's being well taken care of or not, has to be nerve wracking, mind boggling, emotional, sickening. I can just imagine what she and her family are going through at this point in time. And then to have people constantly putting out news every day, revealing what the kidnappers are saying, the ransom notes and everything. It's like you want everybody just be still and be quiet until she's home. You know what I'm saying? Like to release like with TMZ, I know that's what they do, but to release every little inch of occurrences that's going on with the situation, it has to be nerve wracking because one, you don't know what's valid and what's not. Two, you don't know what could put her in even more jeopardy or not. Um, and three, it just makes you that much more anxious. You know what I'm saying? It puts you that much more on edge because, listen, my mom is out there somewhere. I haven't heard her voice in weeks, and I don't know if she's okay. And now they're saying that her pacemaker was found by a riverside or something like that, which is crazy because a pacemaker, for those that don't know, it actually make sure that your heart keeps timing and make sure that if it's off beat or misses a beat or what happened, it paces it, and it also, most cases, have a defibrillator so that if the heart does in fact miss too many beats and stops, it jump starts it. It shocks it back to working. So for her to be without a pacemaker, one, it means that she's in danger. Two, it means that they had to cut her because it's placed under the skin into the chest. So that means that they had to cut her to remove it, which indicates that there was another level of pain. Now, my question is with pacemakers, most pacemakers are also monitored. A lot of them are monitored electronically. Um, so, I'm just wondering how they weren't able to kind of like track her activity and that type of thing. But that's something at a whole nother level. I don't know how that particular part works. But at any rate, I didn't see the news or today when they said her husband visited the Today Show, and I'm guessing he addressed um, what is supposed to be $1 million bond or something, $1 million, not bond, $1 million reward leading to her for any information leading to her recovery. But I pray that all is well with that. Um, so that was one of the first things. Another issue that I wanted to like briefly um, talk about, which I'm not going to stay on it very long because I think I want to come back and do a separate video on um, on this particular situation, which is the situation at the BAFTA Awards with Jamie Foxx and Delroy Lindo. Um, the situation with the man with Tourette syndrome, where um, the the man, I can't think of his name right now, but he yelled out some derogatory terms. Um, and some people are saying that it was not a mistake because the man is said to have had Tourette's syndrome. He has Tourette's syndrome, and so he spewed out the N word and the B word, and it was not cut from the live feed. So even though everything is supposed to be on a delay, I don't know if it's like 30 seconds or more, but it should have been cut and it wasn't. So the world heard this Caucasian person yell at two decorated, I would say, actors while they're presenting an award, derogatory racist words, and it's alleged that he was not in control of himself, that it was in fact the Tourette syndrome. Well, some people are having a problem with that. Some people are having a problem because during a pre a pre I want to say a pre-show interview, he is video doing a very articulate interview. No, no ticks, no absurdities, no Tourette's outbreak, burst, any of that. Smooth words through the whole interview. So when he was sitting in the audience, and when two African American men stand up to present, then all of a sudden the Tourette's came up, the words came out, and now we have an issue. So now some people, I don't know, you can leave your comment and let me know how you feel. Do you think it was an intentional thing and that he had control over what he was saying? Do you think that it was Tourette's? Most people that I know with Tourette's can't get through a full conversation without a tick or an outburst. They can't get through without a tick or an outburst. Um, this guy did a whole interview on the red carpet without one error. So that is what made it questionable. So what say ye? I just want to know what you all have got to say on that situation because that was pretty interesting. That was pretty interesting to say the least. It's pretty interesting. Now another situation I know for sure that I'm gonna come back and talk about is about the Naziah Harris Jarvis Butts situation here in Detroit. That is where 42-year-old Jarvis Butts had a intimate relationship where he groomed and violated 13-year-old Naziah Butts, impregnated her, and then ended her life and disposed of her body. For the last 3 years, well, 2 years, this has been an issue for the last 2 years. He's been in jail for over a year and going through court proceedings. Um, he's not talking. He's not been talking. He's been mute through all of the proceedings, not saying anything. And finally, right before his trial was to begin on last month, he decided to take a plea deal, admitted to taking her life and disposing of her body. So now he has a court date coming up soon, and he has to tell everything that went on and what he did to dispose of her remains. So that situation is coming up. Now, there are a lot of people that are saying that not only should he be held responsible for what happened with this 13-year-old girl, because what happened with her did not start at 13. He started grooming her years before that, which means she was an adolescent, a preteen, and then became a teenager. And this man was having grown up conversations with her and grooming her. And it was allowed by her grandmother, who had guardianship over her, and her aunts, one in which had 5 children by the suspect, by not just suspect. He's soon to become the person convicted of the crime. So a lot of people feel as though that grandmother, who did not report her missing for 24 hours after she hadn't come home, um, that she should be held accountable. And the aunt that was in relationship with Jarvis Butts and had 5 children by him and knew that he had felonies related to the same type of issue years before that. So he had this is his MO, is grooming and bothering kids. And I'm trying to be YouTube safe about what I say. So with that being said, people are saying that okay, not only should Jarvis be held accountable, but that auntie that allowed her to go off with this man for hours and hours on end, knowing his MO, they knew what was going on because he had violated his own child and other nieces in the family. He had violated his own brother, came forth and said that I don't mess with him because he's always been weird. Let me just say, this is one thing that I don't like. One thing that I do not like is I do not like when people are fake. Because if you don't know anything else, you know how a person's character and you know what a person is or is not capable of. You know, if you are related to that individual and spent any amount of time, you know what that person is able to do, is capable of doing. And you know what they had history of doing. So don't lie. Don't try to front. Don't try to cover up. If you are nasty like that, you just nasty like that. If you don't care, you don't care. If you feel like you don't have nothing to do with it, yeah, you feel like you don't have nothing to do with it. But don't sit there and be like, I didn't even know that was going on. Because you're lying. Wrong is wrong. And to be honest with you, yes, I feel as though the aunt, the grandmother, and anybody else that had any knowledge of what their baby was going through should be held just as accountable as he. That's all I'm going to say about that right now because I do want to come back and give a little bit of history on that situation and talk about it a little bit more. But no, it's not just that. What is going on with moms? These mothers and children. You know the saying, mama's baby, papa's maybe. That meant something. Coming up as a child, that means if ain't nobody gonna be there, my mama's gonna be there for me. If my mama's not there, big mama's gonna be there. And they gonna make sure if I gotta sleep in the bed next to them every night, that nobody's putting their hands on me. Somebody's gotta be aware, especially if they know what's going on or what the history has been. But what is going on with these moms not looking out for their children? We have a lot of stories where mothers are unaliving their own babies, leaving them at home in filth, neglecting them, not feeding them. I mean, it's just crazy. What is going on? You have a lot. Now I've seen in this day where there are a lot of fathers stepping up, doing better jobs with being a father than a mom is being a mom. And I can't understand that for the life of me. Until my children were grown. My kids are all grown. My oldest will be 40 next year. My youngest will be 18 next year. And there's absolutely nothing in the world I won't do for any of them. None of them. The last thing I would do is put them in harm's way or end their life for any reason or allow someone to hurt them, put them in harm's way. There are so many cases I want to touch on. So what I'll do is come back and touch on that. But I did want to bring that up. And I want to get you guys' opinion on that. There's just so much in just that one subject. There's so much going on. Which leads me actually to the McNutt situation. McNasty is what I'm going to call it. McNasty. First of all, that whole situation, has red flags all over it, from the mom to McNutt to everybody. That whole situation, the whole entire, everything is wrong about that situation. From the fact that this man, this single unmarried man with no children of his own, feels that he can do a better job raising your boys than you by arching their eyebrows. Come on, somebody. Arching their eyebrows. And all of them are thin, small framed. He uses manipulation. He used physical corporal punishment to the extent of abuse, allegedly. He used spiritual manipulation, which is witchcraft. Spiritual manipulation is witchcraft, y'all. For y'all that don't know, spiritual manipulation is witchcraft. And he uses that. And for that boy's mom, Cordero Jr.'s mom, to be in the same house or church and see these things going on, and it's okay with her. She's just as transient as the other people that allow this to happen and didn't pull their children out of it. I do admire the one mom who, after that baby said, "Look, come and get me," and she went and got her son. But oh my God, that's a rabbit hole that I want to go down. Because one thing that all of these things have in common, the Travis Buck situation, the McNasty situation, one thing that they all have in common is they have the same red flags. They have the same symptoms, the same things that people should be looking out for. And people ignore them. One, it ain't my business. I don't have nothing to do with that. Two, he's zesty, or he weird, or this or that, or this or that. And long as he wouldn't come around my kids. But why would you allow him around anybody's children if you know that this is the type of stuff that's going on? The other thing that I cannot stand is I cannot stand people to use God. The Bible speaks about a great falling away. And one of this situation right here is one of the reasons that there's a great falling away from the kingdom of God. Spiritual manipulation. And once people come from under that transient spirit and know that what right is and what wrong is, and they don't want nothing else to do with the church, God, nothing else. Because now they have a bad taste in their mouth. Or this is how church is going to be. This is how the Lord is. I don't want nothing to do with it. It's got God's word at all. God not have the last person that got something to do with it. This is all manipulation for power, prestige, money. It's all ungodly. And these are people who have crept in unawares and are ordained to this condemnation. What they gain, they're going to leave right here and burn in a devil's hell. So, I mean, these are just a few of the conversations that I wanted to bring up. Any of it, I'm interested to hear your opinions. And if there's anything that you'd like for me to speak on or come back and let's discuss it, hit me up. I'm gonna see if I can put my email in here because it wouldn't let me do anything else. So let me see. I've got my email down here. You guys can catch me on my email. I have more than one, and I don't know why my comments aren't showing up, but for some reason, there we go. Okay, good. Let's see. Okay, so I put my emails down below, and if you have anything that you want to discuss, or comments, or information, or question you want to ask, or something you want to discuss, just hit me up on my email and just put YouTube question or suggestion or something of that nature, or comment. You can comment down below. That'll be great. Respond to the videos. And I will definitely get back with you. But for now, I'm going to say I love you on purpose. Ain't nothing you can do about it. And I'll be back real soon. Maybe even today. Love you. Later.